Hello, BookTube. I have a little bit of mail for you to keep our streak going on an absolutely beautiful Friday here in Boston. Just crisp and clear, lovely, lovely weather. I can't help but think that we're going to pay for it, but so far, no. We have one magazine and a few packages, including a box. And the magazine is Men's Health, which I stopped my subscription a long, long time ago. They still keep sending it to me. And sometimes it's interesting. Sometimes there'll be a page of tech reviews. At the beginning, there's all sorts of recipes and whatnot, some of which are interesting. There are basic exercise type things that you can try to consider, and advice columns at the front that are always fun to read. The cover is this guy's name? Jonathan Majors, who is going to be in Creed 3. But the cover denotes him as Marvel's baddest villain yet, because he is going to be Kang the Conqueror, even though Kang the Conqueror is not a black man. So that's coming up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for those of you who are still interested in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But then we have the packages. So let's see. I mean, it's a small point to make, but I am so incredibly sick of race and gender swapping. I'm so incredibly sick of it. It is so incalculably boring at this point, because it is absolutely required. You know that it's going to happen. Anyway, what have we got here? Okay, I don't know what these are. These are from maybe one of you? These I don't think are from a publisher. How interesting. What have we got here? These are reprint volumes of comic books, old comic books. This is Strange Worlds, the Radium Monsters, and this is Secret Mysteries from Guandanaland Comics. Just full color reprints of old comic books. One of you must have sent this to me. How interesting. Well, that goes right on the list. These go right on the list to read tonight. Neither one of them are superheroes, but that's fine by me. How interesting. Well, I'll have to find out who that was and thank them. Although, rule number 1, don't send me a book. You are more than welcome to send me tech. You have old, neglected tech. You know that you do. Feel free to send me an old laptop, a tablet, an e-reader. I don't have these things there, and they are interesting, so I will consume them. Oh, okay, all right. This next one will be familiar to quite a few of you. This is the finished copy of The Passenger by Cormac McCarthy. This and Stella Maris are his 2 books of the season. This is a rather nice thing with the deckled edges and all. I suppose I should read the dust jacket to you, right? Let's see here. Pass Christian, Mississippi, 1980. It is 3 in the morning when Bobby Western zips up the jacket of his wetsuit and plunges from a Coast Guard tender into darkness. His dive light illuminates the sunken jet, 9 bodies still buckled in their seats, hair floating, eyes devoid of speculation. Missing from the plane crash, the pilot's flight bag, the plane's black box, and the 10th passenger. But how? A collateral witness to machinations that can only bring him harm, Western is shattered in body and spirit by men with badges, by the ghost of his father, an inventor of the bomb that melted glass and flesh in Hiroshima, and by his sister, the love and ruin of his soul. Love and ruin. She can't just be a love, and he has to be haunted by his father, because all dude bros are haunted by their fathers and their daughters' relationships with their fathers, otherwise the whole religion would collapse. Traversing South America, from the garrulous barrooms of New Orleans to an abandoned oil rig off the Florida coast, The Passenger is a breathtaking novel of morality and science, the legacy of sin, and the madness that is human consciousness. Now, I don't have a sheet for this, but this is what the finished copy is going to look like, and simply everyone, literally everyone, everywhere in the literary world is going to write about it, even maybe me. Let's move on to this next one. It's one of these white cardboard envelopes. Let's see here. An advanced copy of something. Let's move on from Cormac McCarthy. What have we got here? Okay. All right. This is a novel. This comes out in February, or Valentine's Day is the actual date of release. This is The Sun Walks Down, a novel by Fiona McFarlane. You can't really tell on camera, but a novel is indented. Kind of nice. Actually, all of it is. The title, the author, and the novel are all indented on the cover. How interesting. Let's see here. The South Australian outback, the 19th century. A little boy named Denny Wallace wanders away from his house into a dust storm. When the red clouds lift, he is gone as if the dust itself had carried him away. A search effort is mounted. The Sun Walks Down is the story of that search for Denny. But it is just as much the story of the far-flung characters across his desert colonial town and nearby towns who are touched by the ripples of his disappearance. It's about Denny's mothers and sisters, the Australian police and indigenous tricksters, the shearers, hawkers, railwaymen, cameleers, landowners, and servants who populate this unforgiving landscape. Okay, all right, well, an Australian novel, a novel about a place I've never been. Always up for that. Fantastic. The Sun Walks Down. A stark cover. And then we have the box, which is going to give me trouble. Is that right? Is this box going to give me trouble? It is sealed 6 ways from Sunday. Fortunately, I have a switchblade. It once upon a time belonged to a gang member here in Boston who decided to produce it for me, to show it to me while I was out walking my dogs one day, my girls, and I liked it so much that I kept it. Don't think that's what he wanted me to do, but if someone's going to produce a knife on you, you don't really care what they want you to do. And it is unbelievably sharp, so it will help here with this package, which just needs to be destroyed. The package just needs to be destroyed in order to be opened. Now, my number one rule with books, as you have heard me say many times on this channel, here, let's put that away so it doesn't cut anybody, is that if you have to destroy the package in order to open it, the thing that's inside is not worth the effort. Let's see if this breaks the rule. What is this? Oh. What is this? Is this from one of you as well? No, it's not. Oh my God, no. Okay, this is very much worth the effort. This is a new book. Comes with a pub sheet and everything. This comes out October 18th. We're there. We're right near there. Look at this. Oh my God. I know a couple of you are going to just plot. This comes out at the end of October. This is the new annotated Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Edited by Leslie Klinger, the great Leslie Klinger, with an introduction by Joe Hill. Oh my, look at that. How lovely. Oh, this goes in this room. This is a mail haul, but this goes in this room. It also goes right on the top of the list for tonight. Let's see here. There is no question that The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is one of the most influential texts of all time. The now iconic tale, which has confounded and thrilled readers for more than a century, was described by one scholar as the only detective crime story in which the solution is more terrifying than the problem. And even as the plot gets continually reinterpreted and reimagined in literature, film, and theater, the main themes persist, as do the titular characters, now so familiar as to become part of the English language. This new edition gives the classic tale of depraved murder and unrelenting horror its most complete and illuminating presentation yet. Heavily illustrated with over 150 color images from the history of this cultural touchstone, and extensively annotated by Edgar Award-winning editor and noted Victorian literature expert Leslie Klinger, this thorough and authoritative approach is both an invaluable resource for scholars and a sumptuous treat for fans of the text. That would be me. Oh my, how wonderful. Oh my, I still can't believe this. How wonderful. Although that contention, described by one scholar as the only detective crime story in which the solution is more terrifying than the problem, it might just be me being squeamish, but I always think The Speckled Band, the Sherlock Holmes story, The Speckled Band, definitely fits that description as well, where the solution is horrifying. The mystery leading up to it is pretty bad, pretty dark, but this comes close. Fantastic. Oh my. All right, well, we end on a strong note, a very strong note. Fantastic. A new annotated version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is coming in this room. Fantastic. I will read this through tonight. So we have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We have The Sun Walks Down, an Australian search for missing boy. We have The Passenger by Cormac McCarthy, one of 2 books coming out this autumn from him. And Strange New Worlds, number 8. And Gowandaland Comics number 2735, which I'm assuming one of you sent me. How interesting. So I've got a lot of reading to do tonight. That's great. That's fine by me. It is, after all, what I do. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up for now, but I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.